less.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality bromate-free, all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Southern Main Road, Canupia.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening and welcome to Breaking Barriers here on IBN Channel 8. Of course, it's a pleasure being in your company, even though this week I thought that I was not going to host this program because of an incident that took place. And let me just put this wire in my back pocket here so that I would be able to be more focused, you know. Right, here we go. Right, even though I am wireless, I'm still wired to a point. Let me just fix up here. Right. So what happened is, let me just explain. But first off, let me just welcome Tile Expression to this segment. And of course, Tile Expression visited there. And let me just say a special hello to the staff at Tile Expression. Especially, you see that little girl that was giving me talks. I ain't going to say she name. But the little one who was giving me real talks, I will deal with you. Next week, I will show you a picture. Not talks in a bad way. I'm talking about talks in a good way. So let me just heal them out. And of course, to tell them that, you know, there is a fantastic range of flooring that they have now with a rubberized base for a lot of people who, when you walk in, you know, and you don't want to hear talk, 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 especially for fellas like Moody and Patus who just want to sneak out in the night and right? You could use this. Of course, you can give them a call and they'll give you more details. Before I go on, let me just thank some people. Today, of course, in the last few days, as I said before on Friday, while I was, if you see me just rubbing my neck a little bit, it's because I still have a little stiff neck and feeling a bit out of it. But what happened is that on Friday, I stepped out of the plane, headed on the tarmac, and ended up going into a pothole in the A&R Robinson airport runway, tarmac, whatever you call it. What happened is that there was a manhole cover that had dropped about 5 inches. And what happened is that I stepped inside there while walking, threw my balance off, and of course, suffering the consequences of that since then. More or less, I'm okay. I'm okay enough to stand up. I'll take my occasional break whenever necessary. But of course, I would just like to thank some people because I'm one of those who don't mix matters when it comes to having myself checked out. So I would like to thank the doctors at St. Augustine Private Hospital who saw me and did the x-ray and all that. I would like to thank them so much, Dr. Reddy. And of course, the other doctor whose name I didn't get to does watch his program every Wednesday. A special hello to you. I would like to say a special hello to my good friend, Dr. Steve Mahadeo of Neuraxis in St. Clair. A special good evening to you, sir, and to your staff. And of course, my good friend and boy, this man, I consider him a hero amongst heroes when it comes to the medical profession in Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm speaking about no other than Professor Tiloxing of Medical Associates. And of course, I'd just like to say a special hello to Amelia and the staff at Medical Associates, including a young, brilliant man, Dr. Varun, an upstanding young man, must say, like all the other young people there. Well done. And of course, as I go on to give accolades now for good, how should I say, service, let me just thank the people at Carpenter's Edge. And of course, there's a security guard there at Carpenter's Edge who did not get the photo and did not make the call. And he got threatened last time from his wife that he should have called when I was there, and he didn't do it again. So, boy, it's better you than me. And, of course, the staff at Carpenter's Edge, and, of course, at Better Homes. When I went in Better Homes, well, boy, I must say that I have a huge fan base in Better Homes here in Caroni, where you can get your doors and all your fittings and cabinetry, etc., etc. Where else you can get free advertising, boy? Anyway, right? So, thank you again to the staff at Better Homes there. Good. So, now that we have gotten all that out of the way. May I just say a special hello to the staff of Caribbean Airlines in Tobago. Now, interestingly, I thought that going to Tobago and spending a few days, really and truly, there may not be much people in Tobago who know me, but boy, was I wrong. From the supermarket to the taxi to the jet ski to the airline people to everyone. I mean, it was amazing. To the hotel that I stayed at, Le Grand Colon, I would like to compliment the staff there as well. Fantastic place. If you want to go and stay there, I do not recommend Starfish. Starfish is a waste of time. We went there and we did a booking and we canceled that booking one time because the place was disgusting, to say the least. Right? But if you have to stay somewhere like Le Grand Colon, it was fantastic. The service was exceptional. The only thing is that they have to learn how to make coconut bread because their coconut bread could break your teeth. So if it's anything, work with your own coconut bread. I mean, I have to give all sides, right, Moody? Yeah. I can't say everything perfect, right? But to me, and I'll have to change that pillow. That pillow needs changing for sure. All right, so let's get cracking and let's move on to the issues this week as we start off now. Happy anniversary to Uncle Moody and Tanti Salisha. Happy 75th, 30th anniversary to both of you. I mean, wedded bliss, and let me tell you something. Both of them looking younger, as they say, right? As you can see, a nice little close-up there to them. And, of course, two girls they have. One good-looking, and the other one is Maria. And we leave that right there. Right? Let's go again. Right. Happy birthday. And this young man must be in shock. This is the grandson of my brother. Grandson? Step-grandson? Anyway, what happened is that I did this secretly. I believe his name is Christian. Imagine that, right? So young Christian, all the best to you on your birthday, my dear boy. All right, so let's go again, guys. Let's start it off. Of course, let's welcome Neil Schuss to this segment. And Neil Schuss is where you get all your genuine European parts. And now here after, I see Volvo sales 80% up. You know what does really get me, boy? All you seriously going to buy a Volvo, all you check the price of a headlight for a Volvo, all you check the price for a taillight or servicing parts for a Volvo, all you really have gizzard and liver. That is like buying a Jeep from the company or a Porsche from the company. All you had to have real money dread. Because here what's happening, that is big moolah you're talking about, eh? Big moolah. And I ain't joking about that. All right, so let's go on to the issues now. Right, I just want to just do a little recognition, a new school to be launched, Kelly Junction in Williamsville, and it's next to the old gas station, and of course registration is now open. Glowing Stars Preschool, and it's only $1,800 per term, and it's UE qualified teachers, 10 years of experience, small classes, clean and safe, and of course the number is 6733-3966, and there are limited spaces, so you can give them a call when you are ready. If you're in that area, better yet, because a lot of these government schools, sadly, many of them set up for failure. Yes, let's go with that. Just advising, because, let me tell you something, I don't cancel something unless I know that I have not given it enough time. And what happens is that this thing, 1 week to 2 weeks is not enough time for us to pull this together. I am sorry. But what happened is that I have not generated, through my fault, I have not generated enough momentum to get this going as yet. So only just bear with me now. Don't get vexed with me, because I know everybody was looking forward to this. So therefore, I apologize, but we are rescheduling, we are postponing, because I want this to come across good. Because if we don't, right, Rowley gonna laugh at me. It's the other way around these days, right? But at the end of the day, believe that as it is. What goes on in a man's home with his wife, with his children, is his private business. I do not care. Whether it is true or lie, all you solve all the problem, right? Let's go again, guys. Yes. This, what is interesting is that people are saying a manhole caused this, but a manhole would not generally cause this unless the vehicle tip and the top of the vehicle hit the cable and actually leaning on the cable. From what I see there, because a truck, it is impossible for a truck to actually stay in that position unless being held in that position, correct? Unless it have a serious jumbie underneath that truck, right? So what happened is that I was told that under the back left wheel there's a hole there. And what happened is that the vehicle went down on the hole and the vehicle bounced up and it hit the cable, and the cable ended up suspending the vehicle one side. Thank God no one was hurt. And of course, if any of my workers have to get in an accident, let it be like that. Little damage as possible, right? I just hope that the vehicle, nothing was wrong with the driver, etc. Let's go again, guys. This is in Las Lomas number 1. WASA came and WASA hooked up a connection. After 45 minutes, they're done. And this is how WASA does repair. But not only that, after that, some of the guys went and, allegedly took some drinks at the bar. And this is the repairs that we are seeing. And this is Las Lomas number 1. Well done, WASA. Well done. And of course, throw some stuff in the drain too, as if we don't have enough problem. I find they should have actually, you see that? And here happening, that is road repair for your money, eh? I really don't know. But come back to me, guys. And I'm saying this for my attorney to hear, one of my attorneys, Mr. Nanga. While I was coming in Bamboo number 2, I witnessed on the main road an old pickup truck. And this old pickup truck was connecting a WASA line. Not too far from me. And what happened is that when I pass back, I see the pickup truck now running blue line. The WASA connection. And I tell myself, number one, if that was a WASA crew or a WASA contractor, number one, they have no safety protocols, no safety boots, nothing was in place. Right? And I found it very suspect that something is going on very fishy. And I am calling on WASA to check on that connection on the Bamboo number 2 main road. Because I don't think that the connection that was recently made was done with the permission from the authority. That is my thinking. I may be wrong, but the fact is that based on that vehicle that I saw, the people who were doing the connection, how the people were attired, it was not very professionally. It was like, rather like here happening. You hire some pipers to come and do a connection. I would give WASA the address and let them check it out for themselves, and they will see if that connection is legal or not. Because in Trinidad, It have people you could pay $150 and they come and they hooking up on a water line for you and you getting water and you are paying a cent, you know, dread. And that going on for donkey years. But what I got to tell you, Wasa go come after me. Let's go again. Hello? Oh, my boy, hello boy. Let's go for our slides. Brain just lost it, yes. I want to remind Trinidad and Tobago about this incident. Zoom into the vehicle, please. I will just show you that the vehicle is a PDW vehicle. This vehicle was traversing the PBR bus route with blue lights, with a siren, and it was pulled over by the police. The person driving this vehicle was a female, the wife of a contractor with the government of Trinidad and Tobago. The vehicle was impounded temporarily and everything was verified, and it was found that this vehicle is not registered to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, and it is not registered to a very popular place right now, Special Branch. Right? It is not registered to Special Branch. But this is indeed a vehicle owned by a contracting company. And this contracting company had blue lights, they had siren, they had the full works, and it was running, and the police pulled it over and verified. I am calling on Commissioner Jacob now. It is a year now, over a year that this incident took place. I am calling on Jacob, come back to me guys, and I'm calling on the Transport Commissioner of Trinidad and Tobago. Update us on what is taking place with that matter, please. I call on Clark, right, the man who like to update everything in license office that already updated. I am calling on him, and I'm calling on the commissioner to update us on what taking place with that. If any charges, because here what happening, that is criminal, breads. You pretending to be a police vehicle. Here what happening, that is serious charges. But you know what I got to tell you, some of these same fellas were fellas that the government, the present government, were talking about in the past. About this, so and this and that. And now them is the same fellas who getting contracts now. Anyway, I will leave that for Rowley. Let's go again. Let's go again, guys. TTPS incentive to catch scrap iron thieves as Wasa hit 100,000 reward. As Wasa hit again, right? Now, I want you to do me, Zakir, just do me this favor, please. Right. Just have, where the jail? I'm looking for a number here. Right. Right. First number. Right, have Asim call that there now for me, please. Right? Right. Now, I want to, he's a real quink, you know, boy. You remember like mine, no? Just folks, let me just do this. Right, here we go. Right. Oh God, them young boys these days have no memory, you know. Right, anyway, let me just welcome Gate Automation Company Limited. And of course, for all your gate automation need, whether it be slide, whether it be swing, whether it be up, down, sideways, you name it, they could build your gate as well according to TTBS specs. Do not allow any kind of kunumunu to go and build gate for you. And next thing you know, the gate fall along on top of somebody's head, you know. All you organize all yourself and use qualified people from a place. Right? So, the reason, Mama, I took a steroid tablet earlier on today and find the thing I'm a tongue tight, boy. You know, my muscle for the pain by the back of my neck. Right. Mr. Abdullah.
Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Inshan Ishmael here, right? Calling you live from IBN. And of course, let me just introduce you, Mr. Ferguson. Mr. Ferguson is the chairman, president, big boss, at the Scrap Iron Dealers Association of Trinidad and Tobago. Sir, welcome on board.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me tonight,
Well, Mr. Abdullah, I have a very short time frame, so I want to make this as brief as possible. Firstly, the Prime Minister is threatening to shut down the industry for 6 months. What say you?
No, well, our organization would not agree with shutting down the industry for 6 months. What we will agree with is the shutting down of the copper for 3 months, when we will sit down with them and work out how we will able to make sure that if the copper industry shut down for a little while, it will now stop the market. The people will stop stealing copper because it don't have a market. Nobody will be purchasing, so nobody will be able to sell. So all this thing will stop. So that is why months now we begging the government to do this.
Hold up, Mr. Abdullah. Secondly, we all know that a large percentage of them fellas who's be collecting outside, they're thieving gate, they're thieving posts, they're thieving beam, they're thieving manhole covers, and all those things are not copper. So therefore, copper is not the only thing. Let me tell you something. It have people who go on and putting in their garden iron steak, and we are talking about the steak that you just cook. This is steak that they put on for their gardening purpose, and people go on and thief it out. So we are assuming then copper is the problem, but copper is not the only problem. We have a serious problem with big crook, big time thief, taking people gate and things. So this is more than copper.
I understand what you're saying. What I could tell you, right? And I could tell Trinidad and Tobago, because I know a lot of people listening to this program, and I thank you for giving me this opportunity to explain a lot of things. Now, if you have a little child, and a little child keep cussing and behaving bad, and you do nothing about it, what do you expect? Even you make a next child, the next child will get on the same way too. What I'm trying to get to Trinidad and Tobago for you to understand is since 2011, government come, government go. We are lobbying the government to regulate this industry. You see, if you leave an industry like this and you leave it with criminals to just walk in and do all kind of things, it will run chaos. And that is what we've seen for months and months and months now. What we're seeing now is a lot of people who is criminal and who thieving and doing all kind of things could able to come in this industry, go and buy a van and go and steal a lot of things and then just come and sell it to the few handful of scrap iron dealers who will buy it. And then we have the problems with the foreigners. They will buy, them don't know what is TLCT wire, they don't know what is water pipe, they don't know what is manhole cover. We fighting champion this cause for these things not to happen. And you see sometimes foreigners come here, and then they buy all these things. I'm not saying that Trinidadians don't take part in a lot of things too, but when we have these foreigners come here and they don't care what they buy from people who come into the yard, you know what has happened? They could leave here if the government shut down the industry, go to the next country and set up, and we at the Scrap Iron Association have to able to deal with this. So we, since 2011, we have worked with all the stakeholders, the police, the Ministry of Works, the EMA, T&Tech, One Star, all these stakeholders. We have been working with them for years. And if you do not put policy in place to be able to manage an industry like this industry is a whole wild industry all over the world. And in America, you see how they work it out. If you have in one village, you have 19 yards. If 1 yard go wrong, everybody will go who is the scrap yards and then go to that 1 yard to stop them from buying wrong things. But the way how this set up, we had even asked them to have a village where we will have 4 to 6 yards in different villages where it will be much able to monitor. We set up, we do a lot of things to able to not allow this industry to be where it is today. So
right,
we're not taking blame.
No, but Mr. Abdullah, okay, let me ask you a question. You're a registered dealer. You're set up. You're obeying the law. A man pull up with a van load of scrap iron, right? Like say is pieces from a construction site, pieces of beam, some galvanized, some posts, and he brings it to you. What proof do you have that he ain't thief that from somebody that. You as a registered dealer, you as a person that decide that I am complying with the law, how are you going to be able to assess that what that man have in his vehicle is legal?
All right. Here we recommend it, and you will listen to this. When you go as a van collector, by you to say, I go in by you, and you say, listen to me, I will sell you this crap we have here. You will have to identify you as living in bamboo, and I identify the item that you sell, and I will take your phone number, your address. When you come into my yard to sell me it now, I will now take a copy of what you have. And not that alone. When I purchase that material from you, you know what I have to do? I have to wait 7 days before I could put that in a container. When I wait 7 days to see if that any piece of that iron has problems, if you stole it or you're lying, because what we saying also too, we could also call if you see anything look suspicious. Call the person that you purchase it from and confirm that you do that. And if it you could articulate all type of things because we do it already. So what I'm saying, the material will coming to our yard will remain in our yard for 7 days. That is what we recommend to the government.
Yeah, but hold on. Like I tell you, I'll run you over the calls now this evening. Even if that is agreed, who is going to stop somebody from putting that in the container before 7 days? Who is there that is going to monitor that? Are you telling me?
That is why we in a country that I can't put my neck on no board for nobody. But what I could tell you, you all had a problem in the foreign news business. You all had a problem where people were taking people money for vehicles and not bringing it to the country. What you all do, you all try to regulate the industry, make it a little more harder for people to do that now.
Hold on.
The moment you regulate the industry and make it harder
Hold on, Mr. Abdullah. Hold on 1 second. You're talking to one of the persons who helped draft the regulations for the foreign news industry. You're talking to the person who registered one of the first foreign news cars in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. So
I know.
That didn't stop it. Regulating the industry did nothing. For example, 6-7 years ago, I gave Paula Gopi Schoon video and audio evidence of fraud with the knockdown industry. And Paula Gopi Schoon has done nothing as far as I'm aware to stop what is going on there. So the fact is that what you're saying is that this change and that change, it may be assumed so, if to you it may appear so, but I am telling you as it is, in Trinidad and Tobago, regulating something does nothing for that industry. And
well, I will agree with you with that one. I cannot.
But I am speaking from a position of fact.
No, but I will tell you why. The difference between you all and us, our industry is much different than the car industry. Our industry was a parliament, meaning that in 1904 our industry have an act. All you had was to put something in place, but we don't have something that we are amending. Something that we are amending that will leave for years without doing anything. So what we just need to do, because what you're saying is that what we going to do, we're going to leave the police and inside to make change because a lot of problems people having with police. What we must do, close down the police force because we're having problems. What we must do, the AD wagon and that people stealing every day, stop buying that. I am saying to Trinidad and Tobago, yes, we have some problems, but if we try to fix it, we will be able to have an industry. I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago something. This industry, in 2019 to 2021, you know what the Minister of Trade said? And this is not lie. This industry improved 47% of export out of Trinidad. We need to understand you will close down an industry that improving in export.
Hold on. In that export is Tanti Gate, is my partner Post, is my partner Steel Beam, is TSTT Cable. So therefore, in that 47% that you're talking about, is endless thief thing in them container?
Yeah, but what I'm saying, what you could, What if they do the correct thing in the port by scanning the containers and them and making sure that what they say they have in the containers, they have it.
Yeah,
There's
but
a lot of problems, you know. And let me tell you something.
Yes,
I will not agree, never agree, because we having problems with. All right, so then the Trinidad need to shut down, you know. Trinidad need to shut down because the amount of problem we having with people.
Abdullah, Mr. Ferguson, you say scan the container. And a container was scanning Point Lisas and copper was found recently, right? What went on with that container?
It went back to the yard, but what I'm saying, that
was anybody held? Was anybody held?
Hey, you know something, Ishmael? Listen to me. Just some years ago, they find one set of cocaine in containers, you know. They find one set of money in ply, you know. What went on?
No, but here what happening?
We live in a society here that
Abdullah, forget that. We are dealing with your industry. What happened is that a container was found at the Point Lisa port after scanning to have copper in the container, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who was the shipper? Who was the consignee? Who was the transporter? Who was the scrap iron dealer? Where's all the answers for what I'm asking you?
Yeah, but I am not the person that gives you the answer. The customer Point Lisas, them is the people. Them, you see, they do the work. We industry will be more certain because if this person doing wrong and you catch them and you punish them, all these things, but this is not our way. We can't do nothing. We can't stop calling them public.
Wait, but no, hold on, we are going again. You say if they catch them, but over 300 fellas get charged for thieving cable, and what that stop?
But who is them? They must stop. If you watch Ishmael, not one of them will stop the line. Don't mix it up. I tell you that because of the industry, how it is that all people, criminals are coming in. Criminals are coming.
No, but you see,
leave.
Abdullah,
I must say this to you. Wait, just 1 minute. If y'all leave this crap, used car business, you know what happened? Anybody can just come and open and bring foreign used cars all over.
But hold on. But that is happening. There is nothing. The Ministry of Trade has done nothing to stop that. That is still going on. People bringing in vehicles. Look at that man shipping vans right now all over the country. And you're supposed to have a license before the vehicle leave. And they are getting licensed through the Ministry of Trade now. But I wanted to ask you something. You said that, you know, there was a statement that you made in regards to the people who get charged. Now, let us face facts. Those people who get charged are like the pipers who selling the drugs on behalf of the kingpin. They work on behalf of the big boys and them. So in other words, in the scrap iron industry, these fellas and them is the dregs. These pipers go and thief and they selling. The question is, who they selling to?
And that is why I'm mentioning to you, Ishmael, that it have a few people. If the government and the police, the authority, do the things that they're supposed to do. Let me tell you something. I warn them about all this, you know. I want you to know, and I warn them that we will get this kind of problem if they don't fix the issue. Because let me tell you, Trinidad have a way to copy what's taking place outside of Trinidad, and in certain countries, Ishmael, let me tell you something. They're going to rob with big guns, saying to get copper and other things. And I tell them if we don't do something, it will happen because they've seen it.
But it's happening already.
What I am saying, why you want to shut down an industry for 6 months? I say, when you shut it down, what will happen? What will happen? Some other person will come and take it over. Somebody will come and take it over. And I could tell you some information, but I won't tell you. You know why I won't say it? I need to be careful what I say. But what I could tell you, if the government work with us, because let me tell you something, Ishmael. Trinidad and Tobago need to know this. We went Singapore in a recycling conference with people from all over the world. And when we sit down and we talk, when we sit down and give our contribution, you know what they say? They're supposed to, in 2019 when we went, they're supposed to voting we as the leaders in this region. And you know what? And because of the COVID, we wasn't appointed the leaders in this region because of our knowledge in this industry. If the ministry, the people who don't have the knowledge, listen to people who have the knowledge about the industry, we have this problem done.
Yeah,
and
but that is not going to happen, because we have the worst Minister of Trade we ever have in the history of Trinidad and Tobago seated there in government right now, and that is not going to happen. But we have to leave it there because I need to take a break. Thank you so much, Mr. Ferguson. Of course, that's Mr. Ferguson, President of the Scrap Iron Dealers Association of Trinidad and Tobago. And, you know, when we listen to this whole thing, you know, there are both sides of the coin, but the reality of it is that here what happening, Adred. I know and you know that it have these characters and them fellas and them will thief your rim while you're driving, much less when you stop. So here what happening. I still want to find out who is the person that shipped that container with the copper that was recently scanned in Point Lisas. That is what we are being told from the inside. Who it was consigned to, who was the truck driver that delivered it, who signed for it at the port. I want to find out. Yeah, hearing nothing about that. You notice nothing like that you ever hear on the media. Anyway, we need to take a break and we'll come back with Otto Max. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue right here on Breaking Barriers. We'll be back.
No more games. You always break the table when you lose. Promise? 41-10 jigsaw. Watch it. Don't you dare. Ronix.
Introducing Berberine Plus by Aja Nutrition, a unique combination of all-natural super supplements berberine, bitter melon, and barnaba leaf. Berberine Plus is clinically proven to provide diabetic support by decreasing insulin resistance, making the blood sugar-lowering hormone insulin more effective, increasing glycolysis, helping the body break down sugars inside cells, decreasing sugar production in the liver, slowing the breakdown of carbohydrates in the gut. Available in TNT pharmacies nationwide.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVRF systems, and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
And welcome back, my friends. Of course, you're watching Breaking Barriers right here on IBN Channel 8. And you can catch us on Tigo as well. Just download the Tigo app. And I asked him, I just sent something to you there. Right, just download the Tigo app and you could watch us on the go. And of course, on YouTube, on Facebook, Breaking Barriers Live, or on my profile in Shanishmel. All right, so let me just welcome Automax, importers, wholesalers, manufacturers of automotive and other products. And of course, they're concentrated degreaser. You are paying big money for foreign products when we have qualified people locally that giving you good thing, but all you like foreign thing. And we will talk about that in a little while. So give them a call, Ali Motor Spares and Hardware Limited. And of course, tell them you would like to get your stock. Let's go to the slides again, guys. All right. Let us see. Now, here what's happening here. A trip from Trinidad to Tobago, right? One way is $150. It is $400. The government subsidizes $100. So we pay approximately $2.72 per kilometer via Cal, right? I want us to just look at that there, right? So that is how much we pay to fly an airplane, $2.72. Good. Let me go again. Next one, guys. Right? Now, I want you to check something. Zoom into that map for me, please. Right? From bamboo number 2, the left side there, that is my house there, you see there with the heart. Right? Anytime you look at the map and you see a heart, that is my house. And it takes an hour and 28 minutes to go to Plum Road. Right? And what is the distance? It's 55 kilometers. Right? So I'll listen to me carefully now. So in Trinidad and Tobago itself, 55 kilometers, it takes about an hour. Okay, good. Now that we got it. Now I want you to go back to the first slide, guys. The first one. Right? From Tobago to Piaco is approximately 55 kilometers. Right? So it's about the same distance between Plum Road and where my house is. So let's go again. Next slide. Now, if I go and book a car locally on one of the apps, which I did, and get a course to travel from my home to approximately where Plum Road is or Lower Manzanilla, the cost for me to go right here in Trinidad via a car, zoom into the lower section for me, please, is $217 one way. And that is a regular car, like a Tida or Aqua. If you want a preferred vehicle, like a high-end vehicle, you have to pay $273 to $300. Or if you want something a little more luxurious, you pay a little $323. Now, imagine, right? Imagine, right? Now, the time you're seeing there is how long you have to wait for each one of those vehicles to come and pick you up, right? 5 minutes for the regular, 12 minutes for the preferred, etc. Now, let us go to that map, please. Right? Now, look at here. At the top, you're seeing to go from 61 Bamboo Main Road to Lower Manzanilla, it costs us nearly $300. But we going to Tobago on a plane, and we paying $150. All you see, we mad in this place. Something have to be wrong with we. Right, let's go to the other slide. Because like I said, this is something I want to break down. Because you see in this country, not the politicians, I mean, they explain everything to us, and they don't give it these type of breakdown. But I want to show you what's going on here now. Right? Now, let's go to the other slide, guys. No, we went through this one already. Right. Chairman of the Tobago Business Chamber, Martin George, has called on Caribbean Airlines to withdraw a news release it issued on Thursday, which he said appears to place blame on the domestic air bridge for the airline's economic woes and failures. Right? And he says, if that is in the case, and I hope it is not, I'm willing to give Caribbean Airlines the benefit of the doubt to clarify that point. Right? In other words, this man is saying that here what's happening now, it is essential for you to have the air bridge because you may have to go down for a medical appointment. So to Tobago don't have no hospital. We recently spent $1 billion in Tobago for hospital. What is that hospital? A statue? You may have to go down for surgery. All you can't do surgery in Tobago. Or here what happening abroad. At the end of the day, there's emergency surgeries and there are things in place for that. Let's go back to that slide. Right? You may have to go down for an interview. So, hold on. So, for you to go to Tobago for an interview, you have to take the plane. You have to. You cannot take the boat. Hold up right there. You need a job. You're supposed to be saving money. Take the boat. Relax yourself. Right? So, let's go again to what Martin George, and I respect this man. He's a brilliant attorney. So, please, do not insult the intelligence of the population of Trinidad and Tobago with this puerile, pathetic statement that you put out there. No, Mr. George, with all due respect, what you stated makes absolutely no sense. And what Caribbean Airlines stated is based on fact. So, let's go again. Right? Next slide. This is a breakdown of what takes place with Caribbean Airlines right now. Caribbean Airlines have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 19 flights every day. And that is just going, eh? We are talking about coming back. So Caribbean Airlines have 19 flights every day. Every flight loses 775,000. Right? Every single day, Caribbean Airlines loses 775,000. Every single day on flights. Right? Which is about 49,000 per flight. And about 40-something thousand per flight. And this is according to Caribbean Airlines. Now, if we multiply that for a week, Caribbean Airlines is losing $5 million, almost $5.5 million every 7 days. But let us take it further. Caribbean Airlines is losing $21 million every month. Every month, Caribbean Airlines loses $21 million. And when you look at this, over $250 million being lost every single year through Caribbean Airlines. Because why? Because when you have poor governance, and here what's happening, the only reason that is so, let me tell you why. And I make no apologies for this. You see, the P&M have a habit of feeding its people. The P&M have a habit of keeping its people on the ground. In other words, here what's happening, under their feet, by providing everything for them free. For example, here, whole AGC house, you don't have to pay rent, you don't have to pay water rate, you don't have to pay electricity. You see, you have to go to Tobago, no problem. We go subsidize that for you, even if the airline shut down. Once we remain in power, that is how we like it. P&M back in power again, they're going to touch that. Why they going to touch that for? But then again, they may touch it because you know why? PDP control Tobago now. So now that they realize that they no longer control Tobago, they may look to jam the people in Tobago. Now, I want to make it abundantly clear that I have a serious issue with the people who want to pay $300 to go to Tobago. All you have serious problems. I have actually went on 101 flights. All right? Outside of Trinidad. 101. And on that 101 flights, I went 100 times on Caribbean Airlines and 1 time on American Airlines. Because you know why? Even though I could have gotten a ticket for Miami at $3,500, I paid $4,000 with Caribbean Airlines because you know why? That is my airline. I am proud that my country have an airline that we all could be proud of. But you know what? It has some of us in this country, we don't care about that. It is about here happening, what we get now. We don't care if the airline fail a year from now, you know. But here happening, let me take free ride. It has to stop. It has to stop. There must be something put in place now because foreigners coming in this country and paying $300 to go to Tobago. They're benefiting from the subsidies. Why? Why? When they come, let them pay a higher rate. They cannot get the same benefits as citizens. Why should they? So therefore, Carl is losing all this money. And let me tell you something. Caribbean Airlines have one of the best boards that they ever had in history. The chairman is a brilliant businessman. And I'll tell you something, I've known him for years. And his business acumen is second to none. Under his stewardship, Caribbean Airlines went from the red to the black. And because of COVID, went back into the red again. Caribbean Airlines could remain afloat if adjustments were made to that Tobago route. And I am saying now, and I make no apologies, that there must be an immediate change to the airfare structure to Tobago. Either double or triple. Who don't like it, take the boat and shut your mouth. Because here what's happening, you have an option. It's not to say you don't have an option. You have an option. If you like to fly plane, but cannot afford to fly plane, take the boat. Because it's similar with everything else. If you go in the supermarket and you like Kellogg's cornflakes, But you see Sunshine Cornflakes, and what happens is that Sunshine Cornflakes cheaper, but you don't like it because it does taste X, Y, and Z. To me, it tastes the same. But the reality of it is that it all depends on what you can afford. You can't go to Tobago and say, hey, what's happening? I want to go and stay in Boko Reef or La Grande Coulan, but the money I have is to set a pipe hot down the road. You can't do that. So it's not about what you want and what you feel and how you feel and I must get it so. No, that dotations must stop. It must end. We are in this free thing. We don't care if the country suffer. We don't care if the country stifle. We don't care if Caribbean Airlines starve. We must be able to take the plane. $2.72 a kilometer. One way. And we still serious about life in this country? We still serious about things that make sense? Come now, man. It can't make sense. No airline could sustain itself for that. Where feel they paying the pilot with what? Linda's bread or what? The two air hostess, the fuel that is used, the maintenance, because every single time that plane goes up in the air, there's a cost. When that plane actually moves from one point to the other, hours count down, and you have parts that are used. You have tires when it lands. But we don't see that. All we care about is what we want. We want to get a cheap airfare. No, let it end. That dotation must say no. Caribbean Airlines, raise the airfare. Hoovex, hard luck. Right? Let's go again, guys. You know, I pause that right there. Pause that right there. Because you know why? I'm confused. According to the headline, the councillor defies Kamala. Right? But what is interesting is that according to The Guardian, when you look at the second caption, claims he didn't know of the boycott. So if you didn't know of the boycott, how is that defying Kamala? If you didn't know there was a boycott and you went, you didn't defy Kamala? Eh? That, I mean, and then when you go there, come back to me, eh? Samuel Sanka is a story by itself. Eh? The amount of complaints has got about that man is a story by itself, about representation. Anyway, you can imagine, you did not know. You go on there, and here what's happening. You look so. Your head spin 360 degrees. And here what's happening. You ain't know that all your councillors boycott. You're the only one there. And not only that, you belong to a party where nobody talking to you. Right? You ain't know what the people in your Burgess was doing, in your council was doing. You didn't know. You decide to go there. But I'll tell you something. If you went there to represent your people against what Kamala and them did, I commend you, because that is the way it should be. To hell was with Rowley, to hell was with Kamala. If people voted you in to represent the area, represent the area. Does not matter if it's PNM or UNC. And if that is what you did, Mr. Sanka, I commend you for that. I commend you for that. Well done. But if you did what you did to gallery, well, here what's happening. You know for sure Kamala never like that headline. Yeah, man. He basically walked the plank. You basically walk the plank, breads. You know there can be no survival. Look, for example, one of the best mayors that passed through Shogunas, the present mayor, Fike. Fike is one of those persons, he don't care if he's PNM or UNC. He is the type of person will do something once it is right. And for that, he could get in trouble for that, because not many people would like that, especially within the party that he belongs to. Anyway, let me just welcome Bill Talas. And remember, home construction really expensive these days. But you could actually get your home constructed for $495. Yes, $495 per square foot. And that includes electrical, cesspit, plumbing, soakaway fixtures, security doors, ceiling, aluminum windows, tiling, you name it. Right? So here what's happening. Organize, give them a call, 299-4079. And you can check out their model home at Highbury Park in Cunupia. give them a call. Also, they can provide you with everything as well. All your sheets, your alu-zinc sheets, your decking sheets, you name it. All right, new wave, regular galvanized. Give them a buzz, 299-4079. Let's go again, guys. The boycott by 7 UNC Health Corporation of yesterday's meeting with the local government ministry and the Prime Minister left half of Trinidad and Tobago out of talks on addressing service delivery and operationalizing local government reform soon. The boycott was called by opposition leader Kamla Prasad Visesa on Monday. So apparently Samuel Sankar didn't listen to the Monday night forum. All right, so let's go back to that again, guys. Right? Al-Rawi said Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley had prepared to speak and answer queries, and acting Finance Minister Alison West and the Attorney General attended. Arrangements to speak were made virtually and physically for Rowley, who recently tested again positive for COVID. And, well, he tested for COVID. We leave it at that. But he said since the UNC members representing 7 corporations and half of Trinidad boycotted and the question and answer segment was denied, Rowley didn't attend. So imagine Rowley didn't attend because the UNC did not show up. That makes sense to me. And you know what really irking me? A lot of the opposition constituencies suffered from flooding. And, you know, it makes no sense. All you're so dotish. Right? And I say this without apology. All the UNC people, some of them need to get all a brain check because you know why? All you're so dotish that the government right now, as stupid as they are, all they had to kiss up to them a little bit to get things done. That is how the PNM operate. Remember, the PNM is like a mafia, you know. And you had to beg to get things done. So if you blanking the PNM, you think the PNM giving you anything with a nasty mind? You think the PNM going to help you in your constituency when you blank them at their meeting? No, that is how nasty-minded they are. They're going to hold that and that's a grudge for the rest of their life. So you know, your boss lady, Mrs. Daru, tell you, here what happening, boycotting. All a boycott, none all go out. So all the problems in the constituency of the people they represent, not one word was said about that. So all the people who voted for all you, all they never consulted and asked, should we go or should we not go? And that is the problem with the UNC. All they don't care. Yes, it is. They have a set of dancing government. But oh God, all they don't make all themselves just as stupid now. And the fact is that you all had an opportunity to go there. Open all your mouth. Get on bad. Get on stupid. Highlight the issues. Let it go on air so the people see that all you're representing them. But no, all they decide that all they getting a free day to go and lime, cook duck, and bust rum bottle again. And that makes sense. That is opposition leadership for you. That is opposition leadership. Then here what happening? It don't make sense at all to do nothing. Because like I tell you, the councillor that we have in this area here, you might as well not have a councillor. Khadija Amin has not shown up once as far as I know since election 1. But I congratulate the people of Bamboo again. All you voted that in power, so take that for all your stupidity, because the fact is that we keep telling all you, this politics thing will blind all you, but all you so dotish, all you still gonna vote chain. Well, here what happening, all the pothole that they have in Bamboo, call she unless she fix it. Stupidity to the highest again. And then when election come again, all you will support the same thing again, because you know why? It's we race, it's we people. Well, here what happening, take that jamming for all the dotishness. Let's go again, guys. Girl boy, when I read this, I nearly fall down. Pause that right here. Imagine a man car stole on the highway. The thieves steal the car battery. Right now, here they say, and this is on the Express. And a Ruka man whose vehicle stole on the Saturday on the Solomon Hochoy Highway in Carlsonfield was robbed twice by thieves. Pato said this, First, right? The theft occurred at the northbound exit ramp of the Chase Village flyover. A police report said that on or around 5 p.m. on Saturday, the white Nissan B15 experienced mechanical trouble and the victim parked and secured the vehicle on the exit ramp. The victim went away with the keys in his possession. Now, I want you to listen to this carefully. This man's vehicle shut down since 5 p.m. on Saturday. Right? The victim went away with the keys in his possession. The next day at around 11:30 p.m., he returned and observed the bonnet of the vehicle was open. Imagine you leave your vehicle from 5 p.m. Saturday to 11:30 a.m. on Sunday morning, which is number one, the height of stupidity. Because in Trinidad, you leave anything unattended. It gone, because we know Trinidad, because it have cover roaming all over. He returned and observed the bonnet of the said vehicle was open and the battery valued at $800 was missing. He then left the car again, right? When he returned at 4 p.m., he discovered the car was missing. I wish I could make up some of these stories. But let me tell you something. I know in Trinidad and Tobago, there are areas you just do shut down. I could tell you, I had a brand new vehicle. I wouldn't call the brand name because we signed a non-disclosure, right? I had a brand new vehicle and it shut down on the beatum. Better man, I jump out of the vehicle and I go on in the median and I pull my piece and I have it at the side of me because I know what's going to happen, man. Same thing said, same thing done. 4 fellas started to approach and now I was over the highway in the median. So if them had to come to me, them fellas had to cross the highway first and here what happening, I was going to pluck each one of them one by one like chicken. You understand? So here what happening now, about 2 minutes after, before they had time to even think across him, police showed up. It is like today while I was passing, going down Sawa area, or was it yesterday when I headed into Port of Spain, sorry, yesterday. And I see they cleaning by the median. And police had to park up for them to clean by the median. So we know there are some areas, if you're shut down, consider yourself dead or consider your vehicle gone. And we all know that. But remember these criminals, they don't stay in one area. They go all over the place because remember some of them fellas and them, when they thief your car, they want to go for a drive. And because the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service does little or nothing when it comes to vehicle theft in Trinidad and Tobago, that car done scrap already and somebody done about half the parts already. And you know what is very interesting? What is interesting is that vehicle, if the mechanical problem was a serious one, the first thing police should have done was check the CCTV cameras for a vehicle being towed on a tow truck. And if you get the number plate of the tow truck, then you would be able to tie that into where all you drop the vehicle. And trace where the man vehicle gone. But you see, that is not a policeman 23,000 that gone missing there. And worse yet, if that person belonged to Cunupia Police Station. Because let me tell you something, I've said it time and time again, that Cunupia Police Station have the biggest set of hogs in the country. Cunupia Police Station, besides having men who sit on their backsides and do nothing, they are training some of the WPCs to act just like them. Because a young lady went in to make a report that her husband had kept her child longer and she just making a report. Because these days you don't know what taking place. And they started to insult this young woman. They started to denigrate this young woman. Right? I ain't going to call no name, but the WPC, you have no shame. Right? Use a hog, a special kind of hog. Right? So this is the type of attitude they get. So when you see a vehicle that go missing, they don't care. Because at the end of the day, in many cases, this is not their vehicle. And many of them, they will just, that report dead. You make a report of a stolen vehicle, I don't even think they spend 5 minutes doing anything to recover that stolen vehicle. In most cases. Let me just welcome RPM, and I would like to commend RPM, because what happened? I ordered a part last week, Thursday. It arrived in Miami on Friday. And to my surprise, it entered the country today and cleared already, which is about 4 working days. So I would like to thank the employees, the staff, and the management of RPM for continuously maintaining excellent service. And if you have not moved over to RPM as yet, if you have not switched channel with them steel companies and them still, it's about time you make a difference. costs you nothing, 2244 RPM, or you could go online, rpmexpresscouriers.com, and you could sign up there, or you could check them out at help@rpmexpresscouriers.com. Let's go again, guys. You know, when I saw this, I had to laugh. Imagine the police putting out a $100,000 reward for theft of the Wassa booster station pump. When people get murdered, all it has ever see a $100,000 reward? Since March, they're thieving cable, but Jacob and Company, they couldn't put out a reward since then. All they decide to put out reward now after 3/4 the cable in the country gets stolen. And that is what you call the height of stupidity. That all you go wait for half, 3/4 of the infrastructure to disappear. And when a Wassa station get hit, because like I tell earlier, I don't know where all you went to school or where all you learn, all you policing. They will start small like they normally do, and then they will go big. Because right now, the government of Trinidad and Tobago and the TTPS facilitating and helping criminals to get bigger. Because when these criminals steal these cables and they enable themselves to buy more high-powered guns, ammunition, etc., courtesy the TTPS, courtesy the government of Trinidad and Tobago. And if all you feel that is joke, check that yourself, because if the TTPS did what it's supposed to do, they would not be empowering themselves as much as they are. Right? If you find I'm making a little slip up tonight, like I said before, I took a steroid tablet for the pain that I'm getting my neck and my back. And what happened is that it has my muscles a bit tense, and I'm actually forcing to use some words here right now. Your tongue feel like it's going all over the place, like it's wagging all over the place, right? So I apologize for that. Let's go again, guys. Let us pause at congratulations there, because I think we may have some cake. Imagine the murder toll for 2022 up to this present day is 340. Last year it was 223. In other words, we are looking at approximately 120 more murders. Right? And this is under Heinz and Jacob. So I want to congratulate them, because that's something like, here, Heinz and Jacob, that sounds like ice cream, you know. You understand? That sounds like a special brand of something. I wouldn't say what a special brand of what, because I don't want to disrespect people. But when you have two persons failing so miserably in their positions, you could just congratulate them for being the worst. Let's go again, guys. All remember Gypsy Boy? Gypsy Boy, captain, the ship sinking. Imagine Tobago planned to have a carnival in October, I believe. Right? Now, what happened is that this carnival in October, the NCC boss, Gypsy, he's sour. Because, no, pull that back, guys. I didn't ask for it to be changed. He's asking, right, for help. In, he said, but how come it is all in approach me, boy? What happened? All have been vexed, boy. What is that? He's a man, I real talented and thing. So, maybe the reason why they did not ask him for help is because of this. Now, right. All you remember Taste of Carnival? Where the government gave them $15 million and they made $2.4 million in profit? Gypsy, you really want them to ask you for help when all you make a 13.6, a 12.6%, a $12.6 million loss? You really want them to come and approach you? But Gypsy, here what's happening, eh? You and lime right now is the same thing. I think lime a little sweeter. Let's go again, guys. Yes. This is how they repair roads now. Bukal Road. This is what they drop. What that looking like, Moody? That look like Mela, looking like Pilau. But I don't know since when they're repairing roads with this. And I don't know if it's government. I don't know who. Could we run the video on this, please? Right? Milau? That is crush and run? Nah. That have a huge amount of stone, big boulders, and mud in it. The color alone telling you about what's the amount of mud in that, right? So the question is, if a private person dropped that there to help out the situation, I don't know. But if you're a private person, I thank you. But if it's government, all you're real stupid. Real stupid. Because anything that a private citizen put there to help the situation, I happy. But if it's government, well, let me just welcome Extra Care products to this segment. And remember, for your carpet deodorizer, for your disinfectant spray, for your hand sanitizers, because soon all you will need hand sanitizers again, right? Because things are about to change, and we'll discuss that a little bit later on. All right? Let's go again to the other slide, guys. Yes, like I was telling earlier. Rising COVID-19 hospitalizations. And of course, this is Bart Dialsing, right? Well, I know it have Bart Simpson. Well, this is Bart Dialsing. Rising COVID-19 hospitalizations have prompted the Ministry of Health to reactivate 2 step-down facilities in a parallel healthcare system. Since July 27, there have been roughly a 65%, or that's what it looked like, increase in people becoming severely ill and being warded for the disease. Now, what is interesting, Dialsing never mentioned in that article that the people who were getting sick were unvaccinated. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself the question why, because you know they'll be quick to point fingers about the unvaccinated amongst the majority. But what I am being told on the inside is that the majority of people showing up with serious heart issues, serious breathing issues, are persons who are vaccinated, are persons who have had the booster shots, are persons who have had the Pfizer, etc. And what happens is that it's totally destroying their immune system. So what happens is that now, when you get COVID, you already mash up with the booster. It already mash up with the vaccine. When you get it again now, well, that is it. You have no immune system to fight off anything again. And that is the reality of what is going on. And that is with me talking to doctors right now who regret, many of them regret taking that vaccination. So all of a sudden now, they're going to open up back two of the centers where they're going to organize to house people, because apparently they're beginning to get more and more. Could we see the results for today, please? Right? New positive cases, 308. 308. Now, here what's happening. How long ago Tobago had that big fete? Tobago had a massive event about just over a week ago or 10 days ago. Watch what is going to happen in Tobago and watch what is going to happen in the next few days. It is going to explode. It is going to get out of hand, because you see, people like myself who go in places and we are close, we know how close to get. But you see, for all those who want to go in fete and breathe hard and go close and share bodily fluids, here what's happening now. All you're asking for disaster now. All you're asking for it. Let's go again, guys. Okay, I have to remind myself on that one. All right, hold that there for now. All right, so let's take our second break. And when we come back, we'll continue right on breaking barriers. We'll be back right after this.
No more games. You always break the table when you lose. Promise? 41-10 jigsaw. Watch it. sugar. Ronix.
Introducing Berberine Plus by Aja Nutrition, a unique combination of all-natural super supplements berberine, bitter melon, and Barnaba leaf. Berberine Plus is clinically proven to provide diabetic support by decreasing insulin resistance, making the blood sugar-lowering hormone insulin more effective, increasing glycolysis, helping the body break down sugars inside cells, decreasing sugar production in the liver, slowing the breakdown of carbohydrates in the gut. Available in TNT pharmacies nationwide.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest variety, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
And welcome back, my friends. And of course, remember, you're watching Breaking Barriers right here on IBN Channel 8. Right, let me just, right. You know, there's a gentleman whose son died, Nicholas Paul, who died in the accident, and we had mentioned this before. You know, I will check, let me check up on this. I'll deal with this afterwards. Right, so. Okay. For San Diego. Okay, good. Somebody just sent me some information here on a B15. All right, good. Thank you very much to the unnamed source that provided me with some information here. All right, let's go back to our slides again. Let me just show this video. A woman who went to a clinic, and this is courtesy Liz Williams from the Express, right? Watch it here. Right, went to the clinic, and this is what our healthcare is in this country. But like I said before, people sit down on their backsides and do nothing and accept this sort of nonsense, right? I mean, it took about a minute and something for them to act, but a minute, imagine you fell down by a clinic and there was no immediate response. The response was about a minute and something. Now, many people can say, but that was fast. Within a minute, you could lose your life. Within a minute, a heart attack or a stroke could remove the soul from your body. So for me, there was no immediate assistance for that lady. But that is common in Trinidad. That is so common. And, you know, I was passing by the, and Asim, I'm sending a photo for you now, because I was passing there and I reminded myself that I need to take a photo of this because, you know, we are so accustomed with this dotishness that we just accept it. Where is it? Where is it? Right, here we go. Right, I'm sending it to you now. Right. Right, here we go. Good. Right, because we are so accustomed to this, we just accept it. You know, we relax yourself and cool, take it, digest it. Let's go again, guys. Right? I want to, let me just welcome Rita to this segment, of course, and Rita Basil Seed Drinks back in stock. I want you to watch this video. It's a few minutes video, but I just want the first part of it. And I want you to understand how serious this thing is. And I want you to tie it into what Terence Yalsing is saying. And this is on a reputable news network. It is not no propaganda video. Take a listen to what is being said.
U.S. life insurance companies have reported an overwhelming and unexplainable increase in all-cause deaths among 18 to 49-year-olds. Along with that, there's also been an increase in certain medical diagnoses, such as miscarriages and Bell's palsy. Here to give us her take on the new data and what she believes could be causing the rise in numbers is emergency medicine and disaster specialist Dr. Kelly Victory. Dr. Victory, good morning. Great to talk to you as always.
Good morning, Jason. Thanks for having me.
Okay, we want to make sure that anytime we talk, we want to make sure the information that we have is accurate. So let's start this interview by telling us, I've seen your correspondence here, what is the source of the information that you're about to present?
Well, this information became available to me or on my radar last week following a hearing with Senator Ron Johnson, who was looking at sort of what he calls a second opinion on the entire response to the COVID pandemic. The medical data was released by 3 career military physicians who got the information from the military database that collects what we call ICD codes, which are the diagnosis codes. And these physicians had a feeling, they believed based on their own observation, that they were seeing a significant uptick in certain conditions. So they actually went back and culled the database from the military on certain conditions over a 5-year period from 2016 through 2020, notably containing 1 year, 2020, of the full-blown pandemic. So they looked at 2016, 17, 18, 19, and 20 at the prevalence of certain conditions, including things like heart attack, blood clots to the lung, miscarriages, those sorts of things. And they compared it to the incidence of those same things in the calendar year 2021 and saw an alarming increase in certain things. For example, they saw a 270% increase in myocardial infarction in 2021, a 300% increase in incidence of Bell's palsy and of certain neurologic complaints, a 470% increase in pulmonary embolisms, blood clots to the lungs, and many, many other huge increases that they found alarming. Now, no one is saying with any certainty, Jason, what is causing this, but we certainly would be remiss as scientists if we didn't look at that and say, there is something going on. What happened in 2021 that was so different from the previous 5-year average that would cause this massive increase in certain medical conditions?
So the source of the information is several U.S. life insurance companies that have been reporting this, correct? And these 3 career physicians that you referred to.
Well, yes, they are separate groups of data, Jason. The previous study from the U.S. life insurance companies, many of them were reporting a 40%.
I need to tell you anything more, Aggie? During the vaccination period, what the life insurance companies have found is that all of a sudden there's a huge increase in certain things, and this is for people who have been vaccinated. For those of us who are vaccinated, stay away from any booster, no matter if they try to force all you, stress all out, threaten all your jobs. Stay far away from that, please. And talking about statistics, let me just say a special happy birthday to one of the bosses there at Atlantic Trading, of course, Kerry Mohammed. All the best to you, Kerry, on your 50th birthday. All the best to you. I know that, you're going to have a good one. Let me just say a special hello to the wife. I don't know how much children you have right now, if it's about 6 or 7 or 1 or 2. But all the best to you, my brother. May God bless you with health and strength and continue to give you a lot more. So what we're going to do now, because it's 20 past the hour, so I'm going to pump the phone lines in the meantime. And let me get that pick one time. This is the Oncology Center. You know, the government that cares for you, the government that loves you, the government that will do anything for you. This is the Oncology Center for those of you who have cancer, whose mothers and fathers are suffering right now. The banners went up and the banners went down, and just the skeleton of the banners remain. And right now, the steel there is rotten, the foundation, the steel is expanding, and they will say that they need a new foundation because the foundation is no longer good. This is the reality of things. Right, so come back to me, guys. Right, so and let me just welcome Miran to this segment. And remember, Miran has a host of products and at best prices. And of course, if you don't get Miran at your supermarket, change your supermarket, because the fact is that, number one, they refuse to carry quality products. right? And Miran purchases their products from some of the largest manufacturers in the world, from Brazil, Argentina, Thailand, and what you end up getting is A-grade products. All right, so remember when you call in, turn on the volume on your television, please. And tonight, we have just about 9 minutes to take calls on 663-8373 or 645-4426. Just a reminder of two things. One, the event that we were planning for the end of this month, I have pushed it back simply because that we have not had enough time to plan it, and I'm not feeling comfortable to go forward without adding more time so that we could get it properly mobilized. Secondly, don't forget we have our bazaar coming up in just about 2 weeks, and it's a massive bazaar which is taking place at the Baraka grounds, and of course entry is free, but you just pay for all the other things that you are participating in. For example, all the chapering rides, of course you have to pay for it. I mean, not everything we can give free, right? We're going to have a lot of competition for mom and dads, and it's going to be a day of fun and excitement for the entire family. So come down there from around 10 and enjoy the day. All right, so let's go to our lines. Hello.
Good night, Ishmael.
Good night.
Hey, one question I want to find out what going on with them people and them in Paria, the welders and them that get stuck in the pipe. I ain't nothing about that.
No, that is because the committee that was put together to investigate that, they are starting, in fact, I believe in September is when they're going to start to have the inquiry, and they're going to have people come and question and answer, and it's going to be carried live as well. So you see, something like this is not too important. So where do you push it aside now for people to go on holiday, spend time with their family, go by the river, cook a duck? You know what I mean? So you take a break, because Trinidadians, 90% will forget. So this is why you push it so far now. Right? So that is what we're going on with that right now.
While the family is suffering.
Exactly. While the family continues to suffer. And then, who knows what lies will come out of it. Wait and see. Thank you very much, my friend. As we go again. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, you're live.
Hi, good night, Brother Insha. How are you doing?
Not too bad. What's up?
Calling concerning these councillors and them. The opposition leader said to boycott them because for 7 years they didn't do anything. You know, so that's what she's saying is a PR stunt, and to me it makes sense. Now, if they had shown up, right, they're just saying if they had showed up, they're not getting resources in any case. There's a lot of discrimination taking place. You know, so, I mean, I give them right just to send a message, because I'm saying, I know you're making the argument, but you're saying even if they did show up, what difference would it make?
No, but okay, we are talking here.
Show the country, you understand?
No, we are talking here, but let me tell you something. Like I tell you, the PNM is a nasty-minded machine. That is the PNM. The PNM is as nasty and low as you could get. So what happens is that the PNM right now, they're helping out a few UNC councillors under the table, you know, because those UNC councillors getting things done in their area. Watch and you will see there are some councillors getting, because you know why? Because they are cush and close to some members of government. And this is how nasty-minded these people are. But when you say that you ain't getting nothing done for 7 years, it is nobody's fault but yours. If I am a councillor in the area and I ain't getting nothing done, I locking down that whole area every single day. But you see the councillors comfortable sitting on their backsides doing nothing, like the one who lives in, who represents this area. So they are comfortable. They're getting paid for doing nothing.
Yeah, well, that is true as well. But, you know, I mean, you always talk about the opposition, but I'm just making the point that, I mean, the opposition have over 300-something thousand votes in the country. And the point I'm making is that at least they have a chance, not by themselves, or probably collating with somebody for the general election.
Not under Kamala Prasad Bisasa. Not with Barry Padarat there, not with Khadija Amin there,
yes, I understand. I mean,
not with Rudy Inder Singh there, not with Rudal Munilal there, not with Rodney Charles there.
You're right. But what I'm saying is if we have to choose between the two, I mean,
yeah, but
the best of them both.
But no, but
hold on. Reality. I mean, yes, it's party politics.
No, but Kola,
right?
Kola, with all due respect, let me ask you.
Politics.
No, but let me ask you a question.
We'll never get out of party politics. We know that.
No, but let me ask you a question.
If under this administration, if the last administration, we were better under them, statistically speaking.
No, but I'll tell you something.
You're better off under them.
No, but let me could I explain something to you?
But with this PNM government, they are 10 times more corrupted.
No, here happening. Let me explain something. Number one, you don't know what went on under the table. I was close to your former Prime Minister, Kamala Prasad-Bisesa. And I will tell you, hold on, and I will tell you.
If you want to see a difference, at least better.
No, but
corruption, because I don't think you can name a government in the world that don't have corruption.
No, but Kola, you see, and therein lies the problem. You see.
You could see the difference
okay,
in the country.
Hold on.
National security.
Kola,
education,
give me a little opportunity to talk on my own program. Hold on one second. My family used to go and pick up bags of money for the UNC for election. Millions of dollars unaccounted for. Right? There are certain ministers who became millionaires because of elections. A contractor beat, and I want to tell you no joke, a contractor beat a minister right hand near the Penal Debe market because the contractor did not get contracts, even though he gave a minister under the Kamala Prasad-Bisesa government, right, $500,000, and he get no contracts. But the reason I'm telling you all is, forget that. The sad reality of it is that on both sides, there are failures. And let me ask you a question.
You're right.
No, but give me a chance to ask you this question. You have a job, a vacancy to manage your company. And out of the people who are being interviewed, you have a 35, 36, 40-year-old, a fully qualified person. And then you have a 72-year-old, fully qualified person. Who are you going to hire to manage your company?
Well, I would say the younger one,
And this is my point. We have to be damn fools in this country. We have Rowley, the old goat, and then we have Kamala on the other side. You telling me
both of them. I'm not asking that, both of them.
But if I saying
the question, which party are you better under?
But and here what happening at the end of the day?
And everything is okay. I'm not disputing, but everything is said under the UNC. Who knows if it's not happening and even worse now? It's just not hearing about it.
And that is what exactly you're right. You're right. But the sad reality is that we are between our old goat.
It is party politics. It's all about race.
And we have to change that.
You could come together as a political leader, and I'll be supporting you because you somebody to get things done.
No, I'm not interested in that.
You understand the people. We need somebody like you in this country.
I'm not interested in
that. Somebody has to come forward, right? Because we will keep in the we will remain in the situation
100% agree.
Of no return.
100%. But thank you very much, Maisa. I agree with you. But you see, think about it. We will, we have people, we will choose people to manage our businesses, and we will choose the best. We will choose people, for example, your daughter come and say, Daddy, this is my intended. He's 72 years old, I's 21 years old, I want to marry him. Man, you hate you so much, drop kick, eh? The reality of it is that we would not choose people, right? People who we see, by the way, in the US and in Canada, people who are elderly, who are seniors, they still have worth and value. But the reality of it is that we would not put them in our personal jobs to run our businesses because of their age, because some of them suffer from dementia or whatever. And this is not to discriminate against them. The reality of it is that we are choosing two old goat and expect to have change. Let's go again. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
Good night, Inson. Great program, man.
Thank you.
I see Gary Griffith organize a political party. So I just want to say in this situation to see all these people who complaining and who talking and think if they go support him and what kind of support.
No, I will support him. I will support him.
I plan to support him too, but I just saying a lot of people talking and complaining and saying, Trinidadians, that's what we like to do. Talk and we don't get nothing. But on another note, I like the comedy section of your program, boy, especially tonight with the fellow who park up his vehicle. I really mean to laugh in a serious situation, but It was kind of comical to be quite honest.
Exactly. It had to be because it can't be serious. You can't, especially with Trinidad the way it is. I'm telling you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good night.
All the best. You know, I forgot, and I should. What happened is that when I went to St. Clair to meet with Dr. Steve Mahadev, I went into the pharmacy, and I believe one of the pharmacists there, one of the attendants, she looks Indonesian or one out of the 3 or 4, either Indonesian, Cuban, or Filipino. I hope it's one out of those 3. And she said, I know you. Right? And one I just pulled on my mask a bit, and she became all excited. Right? I shouldn't be saying this because my wife watching the program right now. Right? Anyway, I just want to hail you. All the best to you, my dear. Pleasure meeting you. And this is the recognition. I always tell people, when you meet me on the outside, I am nobody special. I am nobody superior to you. I am no different from you. At the end of the day, same blood crawls in my vein. So please, people who come up to me and say, but you know, you just talk to people and then that's who I am. I dotish here and I dotish outside. All right, so let's go again. We'll take 2 final calls. Hello?
Yeah, Incheon, good night.
Good night.
Yeah, Incheon, just to share a little bit, not far. But tell me something. When you buy, I'm a mechanic. So, customer buy a compressor for a car and bring it for me to change the compressor. We gas up, we do everything, spend all the money on the vehicle already. Now the compressor ain't worked in. Of course, you get changed by the customer within 7 days. But who pay any mechanic these extra money for all this? Something should be put in place for these little things.
Right. What happens that, you see, that is where the mechanic now should be. Now, here happening, you are not the one who located the part, and it is not your fault that the part is defective. So what happens is that whatever labor you spent and whatever material you spent, you should be able to collect that back, because at the end of the day, it's not that you charging twice. You did your labor twice and your materials were used twice. So therefore, basically, no one could argue with the fact that here what happening, you deserve to be paid for the one that you installed, and it is not your fault that it's not working. So we don't need to put anything in place. You as a mechanic need to tell the people, here what happening. Hold up righty. And Patos, I don't know, you in the parts business. If somebody bring a part to your garage, and you install the part, and you use your labor, and you use your material, and it ain't working, you still could charge them for the installation because you did what you had to do. It is not your fault that it's not working. So they have to stand the bunks, not you. All right, I think we're going to our final call now. Hello? Okay, that's it. All right. So that is where we hold it up there now, guys. And of course, I thank you so much. And, you know, I got through this. My back is beginning to stiffen up. My neck feeling like a piece of wood. Apparently, the steroid and the painkiller, it's apparently wearing off now. All right. So I am just reminding you that our 31st, that big thing that we are planning, we have just pushed that back because of the fact that, number one, we have no time to plan. In fact, I didn't do what I was supposed to do, and I take full responsibility for that, so we'll reschedule. Number two, don't forget, our big bazaar, our long-time bazaar, are trying to get a greasy pole too as right? And I want Moody to climb up that. Yeah, we appoint you to be, Patos will be the bazaar queen for this one. We do. Right? How is that? Patos asking me, I don't believe in bazaar queen and all them things. So how is that? Every child is beautiful. This thing about crowning a Miss World Universe or a Miss World. Let me tell you something. That is the best looking by whose standard? You know, and people allow their children to go and parade in this dotishness. Anyway, folks, this is where I have to end it off. And remember, just a reminder that you could come out with the family. And guys, we have photos of our pool. I just want to remind you and thank you so much for those of you who come to the Baraka pool and you respect the environment, because like I said before, because it's the Muslim grounds, we don't allow bikinis and them kind of thing and skin exposure. When you come there to utilize our facilities, attire yourself, you know, nobody say you had to wear the niqab and hijab. But the fact is that at the end of the day, you could get it pulled privately for your family, for a little event that you're having. And of course, we have rules and regulations. If you go down there, you could talk to the manager there and he will give you all the details. And of course, school is opening back up, and every day the pool is open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Right? So take advantage and come down, you and the family, and relax yourself at the Baraka pool. And don't forget the food court. Bring down the family. If you've never come there, just come one day, Friday or Saturday evening, and you will get hooked. 5 years running now and not one incident. Incident-free, safe. We have 72 cameras on the compound. We have security, secured parking. You could sit down and eat and watch your vehicle right here, right? You could bring the children and bring bicycle and they could ride their bicycles, their roller skates, their skateboard and breeze. It's a place where you could run. And of course, maybe in the next month or two, we'll try to add some stuff for the kids to do. I'm looking to do that, and God willing, that should come into fruition where we could get that done. All right, so this is where I have to end it off. God bless you, and of course, I'll catch you next week for Breaking Barriers. There's a repeat of this program on Saturday at 9 p.m. All right, so I'll catch you then. Take care. Assalamu alaikum, and good evening.